think it's up already. Everyone say hello. If anything happened to this video, it's not recorded, then we see how. Alright, so what we did last week is we played with the cameras, shooting at non-moving object. Today we are trying to move the objects. Of course, we learned how to create the motion for the text to move in and out. Very simple, right? But now today we want to make an object that can move, the typeface or the type can move individually. So what I'm going to do over here, let's just type a test, choose my favorite typeface first. Vertica. Let's type a first typeface. So let's try something. What words do we should type? Okay, I have this word dopamine. Alright. So always use this. Let's change to bow. Right? So, of course, every time when we use After Effects, when we try to create some motion, we will always think, how can I create awesome motions? Well, the answer is you need to really look to a lot of videos, okay, to get the ideas how to create some motions, some arrangements, and compositions. Okay, awesome compositions. So what I'm going to do over here is like I want to create a motion that the text can flip one by one. Okay, so we always try to play with the transform over here, right? With limited positions and motions. Okay, either left or right, or if you create a 3D, okay, layers, then you have another axis like Z, front and back, left and right, up and down. And perhaps we can do some rotation. That's what we can create. Okay, it's pretty much quite limited in the sense of the motions. But if we can create another motions, we using the animate over here. Okay, bear in mind some of these things you may not see in your desktop on your screen because of the all the settings in close up. Okay, if you can just open up all, but normally I don't open the third one because it only just display the durations and the time, okay, information and the value there. So I just keep it closed because I want to have more space for the my timeline. So what I'm going to do here at the animates, I just click, first of all I enable per character 3D, alright. So you see the text become like individuals, okay, have their own bounding box, okay. And next thing we click again, and we will see we have all sorts of similar things that we have in transform, like position, scale, skew, rotation, opacity. Now let's play with the rotation first. Okay, so when you click under the text, okay, we have X, Y, Z rotations. Okay, as usual, what we're going to do over here is to create some sort of animation. I think this timeline is a bit long. Oh no, 10 seconds. It's great. Let's play with a very short animations. Let's say we want to play with the X rotation with the text like flip up like this, right? Flip out like this. Okay, so I create 0 first. Okay, so what we're going to do here is to start to click the clock. Okay, let's make it slip. Let's say I put -90. Alright, you see we create the keyframes. Let's drag it to 3 seconds. And I just key in 0, go back to normal. So what we create is a motion that the text like, actually this doesn't show the actual speed, okay, it doesn't show the real-time speed. If you want to see the actual real-time speed, you have to click at this RAM preview. Okay, this is the speed of the text that move from one axis to another axis, okay, -90 to 0, okay. So next is we want, this is not the effects that we want because we want the text to flip one by one. So what we're going to do here, we see there's a things called range selectors. Some software they call fall off. Okay, on each certain area that will, the effects that will take place, it depends on the radius or the position that we create. So I create, this is 0. Okay, click start. Okay, drag the timeline to the end, okay, push this thing to 100. Oops. Okay, you will see something like the timeline that move in within the text. So what happened is, then you will see the text open one by one instead of open, I would say, open one and for all. Okay, maybe the text is a bit too close to each other. Perhaps I can adjust a bit on the mean. You see, good thing about typography study is we have to play with the space. Oops. Double mean, and maybe this one I can use light. And let's see again. Alright. Of course, now you only play with the one axis is y x. Okay. If you key in y as well, sometimes we don't know what will happen if I just simply choose something like this, and at the end you just put it back to 0. Zero means that back to original space. So you see that it gives another effect, right? Because just now it's like it's split on totally in 90 degrees. Now it's a bit slanted. So this have to do with a lot of experiments. Okay, experiment how this work with. Okay, of course next thing we want things appear on the scene. Okay, on the scenes like it's sort of very ugly. If I don't play with it, you can see something is already on the screen. So we want to keep something like a bit of this mystery on the screen. Okay, we don't want to reveal our text so much. So you can create another animator. This is first animator. Okay, going to add again with these buttons. We select opacity. All right. You see at beginning I put 0. Okay. You see even though the animator once is closed, layer is closed, we still can see the black dots. Okay, that's the what we call the record the locations there. Okay. Click at the clock at the beginning, put 0 for the opacity, drag timeline to 100%. Okay, what happened is it's still the same like what we did just now. Everything, the effects take place together. Okay, but it's not wrong actually. It's not wrong. You want to do. If you want this kind of effects, then you can do it. But if you want to have the things like appear one by one, you can choose the range selector again. Start 0 to the end. Oops. Go back to 100%. Okay, so that you see the effects. As the text move up, it will appear one by one. All right. So what else we can play with animator? With a single layer itself, we can play so many effects, right? Yeah, why not? We play another one. That's another one I like to play with the field color. Okay, I play with RGB. Okay, so you see field color, it will park under the opacity. You see under animator too, because they are dealing with I mean the appearance of the text itself instead of motions. So let's say for example I have a red color at the beginning. So what I'm going to do over here, field color beginning is a red color. I click the clock, okay, and drag the timeline, okay, and I change the color, let's say to green color because the double mean is green color. Somebody better hide, you cannot see. Okay, now you see, look at the screen. Whoa, you see? But you see, what happened is if you move on the text, it's like at the end it's slightly moved, become a green a bit, then it become back to the red color. Now see, this has to do with the range selectors because at the end it go back to 100% because beginning is 100% as well. So you might have to turn this 100% to 0. All right. So when you go back for red color, you have this kind of effects. But you will see that there's some conflicts in between the opacity. If I switch this one to back to 0, what happened is the opacity is no longer affected. Okay, it appear on the scenes. Well, we have to find ways to solve this problem, but we can do it later on. All right. So this is the first one. All right. Let's see some other examples. Let's close this one. I think this is quite enough already for this. Let's try with, in other words, the titles or the brands of this gum. I'm going to put over here, and perhaps slightly smaller. Alright, same thing, turn on the 3D, open it up. Alright, create animates. Okay, enable the per 3D. Okay, if you don't want to create the things like appear one by one, then you don't need to create this. You can still make the things like come out one by one, but it's just that they don't have another axis where is 3D locations. Alright, so what are things we want to play? How about let's look at the skew. What is the skew is all about? Right. Alright, let's, I don't know, just click this and move it a bit, and oh, skew means that slanted. How about like this? I don't know. Just click the clock in front and turn the back and make it straight. Like this. Anyway, it looks funny. Doesn't look very nice. Still try to play with something. Let's say how about positions? Can we have the text like come in one by one? One by one. Okay, instead of the whole thing come in. Positions, let's say for example the whole thing's like we make it outside, or maybe make it from the back. How about from the back? Okay, we click the clock and move it to 0. So everything just come in front. We have the range selectors again. Start and to the end 100%. You see, whatever things I do is quite repetitive. Yeah, you see, one by one. Right? Is it cool? Right? Yeah, you don't want to be appear in front, then yeah, again, why not we just add another opacity? Okay. Oops. 0 first. You reach there. 100%. Alright, let's play the video. Alright, so we have motion with the text just appear like this. Okay, if you turn it off, okay, let's take a look at the layers. We have the 3D turned on. So what we can do here, same thing, we can create a new camera. Alright, that's okay. And new now objects. This one you guys should know already. So parents the camera layers to the now objects and turn on the 3D. Okay, so we can play with the camera effects. Okay, so by selecting the layers, press R, bring in the rotations. So I'm going to rotate the orientation to slightly like this. Alright, and press P for the positions. Alright, so perhaps I can move the positions, click the clock as the text, open up at the min here when you come here. So we just manually move the camera to here. So that it follow the motions and the text flip. Okay. At the same time, okay, press R bring a rotation, orientation in the middle, see where how this effects like. As it moves to the last T, see if you can move the camera to face in front. Right. Open up, at the same time the camera rotates. As it stops, the text comes back wrinkly. Alright, so that's the very simple effects. Okay, I think you guys can play with it. Try your own play with it. Alright, and also I'm gonna upload this video so that you guys can stop and play, stop and play. So you want to stop me and stop the video. Alright, that's about it. Let's stop the video first.